Morning Beans, I'm Del, the solo dev for the upcoming game, the Planto Heists. Last October, I started a journey to make a video game, learning everything from scratch. 5 months and countless tutorials and training videos later, I'm here to give an update on the progress. Zeroth, I really want to bang this showcase out and get back to development, so forgive me for the rush job here. First, the background. Spring 2024 saw me digging out my front garden and thinking about video games. There was a sort of fun in rooting around in the dirt, trying to guess where the roots were and how to pull these plants free. The only downside was the manual labor. It's sort of like how hiking would be a really great thing if it weren't for all that damn hiking in the way. Originally, the game was going to be called Planto and basically be a bootleg GTA with a focus on plant heists. I soon saw the pile of skulls outside of Rockstar's lawyer's den and thought better of it. Around that time, one of the local raccoons, which we lovingly named Russell, or maybe we just named every raccoon that we ever saw Russell, wandered by, and I figured something as inherently kleptomaniacal as a raccoon could manage to dig plants out if it wanted to. A pivot from violent plant escapades to silly woodland critters stealing plants from suburban neighborhood front gardens was natural at that point. With an idea in hand, I began development. I wanted to prove to myself that the stuff I can't just watch someone else do in a YouTube video, then copy, I could do myself. That was the plant digging out mechanic. With my goals for the Planto Heists version 0.2 achieved, I've created the functionality for this core gameplay feature. I've got the ability to dig holes, to have a tunnel of meshes that can act as consumable radius increases for said digging, to have roots that can be cut, to have a rolling tracker for whether a plant can be removed from the ground, giving a certain percentage of soil removed from the plant's area and whether all its roots have been cut, and to have a lump of the soil come with the plant when it is freed. I also have a simple cutscene revealing the true name of a plant, which I'm almost certainly going to have to replace in its entirety. I also created a save game system and learned how streaming levels works, which will be invaluable in future milestones as the game gets more dense. The overall lesson of 0.2 was, get the basic features done. Focus on functionality, not display. I spent a long time making a prototype for the world instead of developing the functionality. The world that I made was crude and full of bad geometry that hindered the testing of the digging stuff. It's at this point, looking onward to version 0.3 and 0.4, that I dig into two areas of game dev environment that hitherto I very much avoided: NPC AI and scaling beyond single instances of things. v0.3 will see friendly and unfriendly AI added to the game. First, some baby raccoons to help dig, and mole NPCs to dig tunnels around the plants to join the player in their digging journey. Second, a human NPC that follows the player when they start digging and shoos them away, and causes any woodland critters' heads to turn to look at them when they approach. If the player runs sufficiently out of their property, they will wait by the border for a time, then go back home to call animal control, a feature for 0.4. Third, I will create the hub area where the raccoon's den is and where the player can take any heist plant and put it in the ground. Fourth, 0.3 will be capped by blocking out the garden plots, yards, and houses to the first 3 properties of Planto Heists, adding human NPCs assigned to those properties, and making sure these distinct actors can work simultaneously. 0.3's target deadline is end of first week in April. More realistically, this will be mid-April, but I want to see if I can really sprint from zero knowledge of a game dev principle to implementation. Once I'm satisfied with 0.3, I'll make the next showcase and start on 0.4. Version 0.4 will include the rest of the enemy AI, animal control, a menu/options panel, level streaming blockouts, and asset creation for one of the houses and the first few plantos, the poppy the celosia, and the boxwood. Longer term, I'd like to make a demo for the upcoming Steam Next Fest. Deadline is April 30th, which this game has no sound, no menus, and no assets. I can do it, but I can't guarantee a demo by that deadline. At this point, I'm thinking the game release will be closer to September, or December at the latest. For now, this is Tell from Warning Bee Media, signing off.